Here we go. We are back with a new episode of Surface Deep. I am Mary.
And I am Tawana.
This your girl Nette.
What's up?
And we're going to jump into our first segment on the surface where we're just going to check in and catch up since our last episode, see how things are going. So I'll start at Tawana over here.
Oh, child. I don't know where to start.
Well, how are you mentally, physically, spiritually?
I'm tired as pluck. And yes, I said pluck. I'm tired, but I'm good. Physically, I'm good. Mentally, I'm good. Emotionally, I'm good.
Okay.
So I'm good.
Overall,
I'm good. I'm good. I just kind of wanted
break it.
to break it down.
Just make sure
Like,
that
like you really had to check in with
I gotta
yourself.
pass it.
Good?
Am I really good?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
As far as I can tell right now.
Yeah. I have no complaints though. Yeah, all's good.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm always keeping a buck of definitely physically and mentally I could be better. But what you gonna do, right? And as far as emotionally and spiritually though, like I'm rocking and rolling. I'm definitely hanging in there, keeping things 100% with myself. And I think sometimes that's the best course of action for me. That's what works for me. Just, like just being honest with where I am. And then sometimes, it just kind of helps me to realize that some of the stuff that, from the things you stress about to, just the stuff that just you ruminate on in your mind is like not even, it don't even require as much attention and energy as you give it because, things are going to work out the way that things are going to work out. And then, of course, that just kind of leads you to a place of peace. And as long as I'm checking in with that, I'm good there. But yeah, that physical and mental, I'm tired for sure. I'm tired. Yeah.
Well, I guess tired could be the common word here. Even though I'm tired, I'm not as tired as I usually would be. Like I was telling Nette earlier, I did get some rest this weekend, so I'm kind of good on that right now. But I just want to relax all the time. I just want to relax.
Yes.
I just want to relax all the time. So I'm good though. Mentally, I'm good. I've been having my check-ins with my counselor, and pretty much good there. Spiritually, I could be better. Going through some things personally that I'm just kind of working through. So once that's over, I think I'll be good. Emotionally, kind of the same thing, but overall, I would still stamp it as a good space. In a good space. Glad to be back recording.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we're going to jump into scratching the surface, where I give a little topic or give a topic off to get the girls' brains thinking. And it's, usually have a little sexual
Undertone, connotation.
to them. And these two definitely do. I pull them straight from Reddit, okay? The one that I saw this weekend that had me kind of chuckling on Reddit, and it kind of made me think about an old Insecure episode too.
Oh my God.
So that's why I was like, oh, I gotta talk about this one. So on this Reddit, the guy says, I love getting blowjobs from my girlfriend, but she hates to let me finish in her mouth or on her face. She's mentioned that she'd like to work on being okay with it, but it just hasn't taken effect yet. And so he's like, I don't want to be selfish and just go ahead and finish in her mouth or on her face, but I want to do this. And I'm not asking her to swallow. I just want to finish in her mouth. What are some recommendations for improving this experience for me and for her? Or what are some tips? He said, what are some tips I can share with her? He wants to know. How do you ladies feel about this? Any tips for the brothers?
We gonna have to go to Amazon and get him a pocket pussy
Okay.
that mimics the mouth, okay? Because I mean, that's all I can recommend for you.
I got a tip. Get somebody else to do it. Because clearly, you should not even be trying to make her do something that makes her uncomfortable.
Exactly. Man.
Like, a lot of people, you know, and of course, I blame men. Not a man hater, but I do blame men. You have made that process so degrading for women. Like, you want women to do it to you, but then you're going to talk bad about women that do it, or, you know, and of course, women believe that. It's a lot of women that won't even put your penis in their mouths because of the fact of how men have made that such a negative experience. So here it is, young sir. You have a woman who's willing to put your penis in her mouth, but she doesn't want to taste your end result, which I don't blame her. And definitely not on her face. Like, stop watching porn. Stop watching porn. Because not a lot of women want the shit on their face. The fuck?
And that was going to be my thing. You know, that's why it made me think about Insecure. Because when Daniel up and did it to Issa and it got all in her eye, that shit can give you pink eye. It burns. It burns when it's in your eye. So in the face, no, leave it alone. In the mouth, on special occasions, I will grant you the pleasure of doing that. But I'm like, oh, buddy, swallowing is not a requirement for me. Okay? It shall not do that. But in the mouth occasionally, if you want the little pulsation right there, I'm with you.
But that's what she willing to do. Your girlfriend not willing to do that.
Yeah, and I would do that for my man.
Go get somebody else to do it. Yeah. She don't want to do it.
Amazon,
so let me tell him, get somebody else to do it.
$12.99.
Get somebody else to do it.
All right. Next on the Reddit topics. Now this one, I'm sad to say, the poster deleted it because, I mean, he got a lot of feedback, but baby, I remembered it because I was that engulfed in the story. But the topic of this one is found explicit porn in his wife's browser history. And what had happened was, he said him and his wife are very fluid in the bedroom. They don't mind trying things like that. And you could probably tell from somebody else's, but he's like, they don't mind trying things. But what happened was, he was on her computer and some porn was up. And it was gangbang porn. She was getting aroused to the gangbangs. He said they have talked about including somebody else in their, bedroom, but never about gangbang. He was like, if this is something she's on, I'm with it. I just want her to tell me. How do I approach her and let her know I'm with this? You ain't got to be ashamed about this kink. I'm down to do it if you want to do it. What should he do?
He should just communicate that with her. Talk to her.
Like, it's real simple.
Right. Talk to her,
say something like, hey, baby, I saw you was kind of into this here thingy thing. And
so that's going to lead me to ask y'all another question, though.
But guess what?
But hold up.
As she say, I want 3 more men, he going to be like, He going to want 6 women.
See, this the thing, though. First and foremost, you approach it like, it's not, you approach it very, I'm not for or against it. I just want to know, is this something you're interested in? Is this something you're thinking about?
We're talking about a man.
Hold on. There's usually like, what can he do? How can he approach it?
He ain't going to approach it like that.
He probably not. But that does not stop me. Look, baby, people ask my opinion about stuff. And I'm going to give my opinion. I am not responsible for what you do with the information that I disseminate. Okay? The only thing I'm saying is just see where her head at. Because the thing about porn a lot of people don't understand is some people watch a specific type of porn that they're not actually interested in doing, like for their sexual.
That was what I was gonna ask next. Because that was a lot of the comments were saying some people replied back, dude, just because she like watching it don't mean she's into that. Like some girls said, I watch girl on girl porn. I ain't trying to let another girl do that though. I just like to see it. Yeah. So people like, don't approach her like that. You need to kind of step back and ask her again. what are some other fantasies, stuff like that.
Yeah, just communicate. Talk to her about, what it is she likes or what
exactly.
she
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then on top of that, you might find out, like, while she may not necessarily be into gangbang, you might find that she's interested in doing other things in real life. But just because somebody's watching that type of porn does not mean that that's what they want to do.
True.
So right.
All right. Well, that was my Reddit piece. So we're going to skip on, go into our next segment, which is going to be Treading Lightly, where we talk about some hot topics going on social media, on the news. We're going to kick it off. Since it's been a minute. We need to go back to when our boy Keith Lee was in Atlanta.
Right.
When he had the city in an uproar.
And at this point, we don't even have to give the backstory because I'm pretty sure everybody with a phone who has any kind of social media has heard about it.
And if you don't, where have you been?
Under a rock.
That's what I want to know.
So what are y'all thoughts on Keith Lee? Now, y'all saw Ocho original stated, that he was, this against black business, but he had to quickly backtrack because he saw the benefits of Keith Lee. So what were y'all thoughts on Keith and ATL?
Well, first of all, Keith is like Jesus' cousin by maybe like 7 generations or something, because he is out here doing the good Lord's work.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. Second of all, I mean, look, I love it. I've gotten to the point where I just be like, ooh, I don't even just necessarily watch Keith Lee for his reviews. I'll be wanting to see, like, for those people who he did the reviews and they got, some pretty decent ratings. I want to look for their page now.
Right.
I want to see how his things changed. You know what I'm saying? And because this man really is out here doing great things for small businesses who actually are customer oriented, and they have a good product.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? All of us have worked in customer service.
Absolutely.
And we come from somewhat of an old school customer service.
Yes.
Right.
I'm talking about where they spent about 6 to 8 weeks training you in customer service to get you to understand the mind frame you have to be in to deal with customers, because without the customer, you don't have a job.
Okay.
These people,
they don't give a damn.
not them. You bothering them. You coming up in here to spend your good dollars. Now, think about it. We have gone to places where they have messed up your order. The product doesn't even come out right, but if the customer service is good, you'll still go back.
That's right.
And then we've been places where the food might have been great, but the customer service experience was so terrible, you're not going back.
That's right.
Every business where you have to interact with customers, customer service needs to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just he just uncovered the ugly truth of what was going on in Atlanta. And it just so happens that Atlanta it's Chocolate City Part 2. It's a lot of black people, so you're gonna run into more black businesses there. But he has an obligation to tell the truth. The man has way too much integrity to be faking the funk or only doing good reviews, which is what a lot of people were suggesting.
Like why would he?
Fuck y'all.
Right. And that's what didn't make sense to me when Ocho said that part. And then when Candy was like, well, he has to understand that as a celebrity, we're going to treat him different and do different for him. That's not the point of him. He wants to be treated like a regular customer so the people he refer can get the same treatment.
Exactly.
He's not looking for celebrity
And to
treatment.
add what one commenter said under one of those videos where I watched her saying that, don't you just love when people walk head on into the point and still miss it? You still miss the point. And God, and look, and I love Candy.
Me
I really
too.
do. But you missed the point there, my girl.
Yeah.
You missed the point.
Yep.
You missed it. That's all.
And that's exactly what he was saying.
But can you imagine how frustrating it has to be, like when we're in this time of, somewhat like a black renaissance, black revolution. We're trying to be more conscious of where we spend our money, and you gonna treat me like I got to spend my money with you? Baby, it's a local establishment around here. It's not black owned, but people love it. People love it. Let me tell you, the taste of whatever they had up in there was over with when I saw their political affiliations on a big old banner. I have not been back to that establishment since. And that was around 2019-ish? 2018 or something like that. I have not been back to that establishment. I don't care. They pack it out every week. And it's like, and how quickly do we, but you know what's crazy? That you know what I'm talking about. Because I try to be so conscious of where I put my dollars at. And then it's so disheartening that my people are going to treat me like I didn't go work hard. You know how many hours I have to give up to get the dollars that I'm going to come spend with you?
Right.
And you playing in my face? Baby.
No.
Baby.
Yeah.
Your establishments are nasty because you so busy trying to rake in the money. You don't even funnel money back into your own. You don't support your own black business. Mm-hmm. Why you got roaches and you serving food?
Nasty.
Figure it out.
Get it together.
Get an exterminator. And stop making my stuff come out. It's over hard. Like, dang, yeah, I want my catfish fried hard, but damn it not burnt to a crisp.
Right, thank you.
Right.
Catfish chips.
Right. A skimping, shrinkflation in me because you're trying to be a millionaire in a year. Baby, millionaire.
That's what these entrepreneurs are really doing these days. And somebody said that the other day, just when you go to these restaurants, you expect a certain thing, but because they just want to be the next popular restaurant, they're not really putting enough detail to the things that they really should.
Customer experience.
Yeah.
That's, and y'all know me, like when we have done things in the past, y'all know I'm a vibe setter. Mm-hmm. You want people to enjoy the experience.
It's important.
To the best of your ability. Now, you can't do nothing about it. People gonna complain,
Yeah.
But I'm not selling you nothing either. Right. I'm just trying to provide an experience. Mm-hmm. It's a vibe. Like, you got to set the vibe. You want people, look, I know, we short staffed back here, but baby, I'm going to do my best to make sure you got your drinks. I'm going to make sure, I'm checking in with y'all. The food might take a minute, but I'm going to do what I can do to make sure that when you leave here, you might be like, well, yeah, it took 45 minutes for my food to come out. And all I did was order a burger and fries. But my waiter was real cool,
Make it worth it. Make it worth it.
It's a vibe. Yeah.
The other thing that happened while we were away was Megan's new song with Cobra. Mm-hmm. So she came out with a new song, highly anticipated. I mean, I liked her on the bongo with Carly, but I love Meg by herself. So I was excited to hear this song, and I listened to it the day after it came out. And I think we mentioned, but outside of the whole, I know the main topic was the cheating stuff. People were on party ass about the cheat. But I just felt, the song felt heavy to me. And I only listened to it a couple times. But what were y'all takeaway?
I mean, to me, and it's just like the public, they're going to zero in on the wrong fucking thing. This girl's talking about depression and thinking about slitting her throat. She's talking about turning to liquor and sex to cope. Yeah. But everybody is on party's ass about the cheating. That's all people be worried about, and it's just like y'all still missing it.
Right.
Y'all are still missing it. I feel like this is just one of them things where when you're going through something, though, that's why it's up to you to make sure you got good people around you. And when you realize you don't have good people around you, get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It doesn't matter, who it is, celebrity or not. Your community is important. And I'm not talking about just community. I'm talking about, your friends, your family, your management, everybody you employ, from your makeup artist to your hairstylist. That's all important.
And and then for her to actually say it's people who were close to me that knew I was there in my mind, like this is where I'm at. And people probably hitting you with the it'll all work out, or just pray about it, as opposed to well, let's sit down and talk about this. Do you need to you think you need to seek some professional help? What can we do? Is there something we can do, or is this something you want to work through by yourself. Because some people are like that. They want to work through their stuff by themselves. I personally, like with the mental stuff, I have to work through that by myself because in my experience, a lot of people can't do anything with what you got going on in your head for real. Like most people are not going to offer you viable solutions that you haven't already come up with. Most people have their own stuff going on, so they really can't even lend space to what it is you're dealing with. And then depending on where those people are in life, their mindset says they'll trade their problems for yours.
Right.
Like you can have problems at any stage in life. We all look at Megan, like she said, you know, I'm over here thinking about killing myself when this bitch is that'll kill to be me.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, at every stage in life you can have problems. You have to make sure though that the people around you are not making it worse.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, and if they see you really in some motherfucking trouble, it's like, baby, like
pause this and let's work
are
on
you good?
Yeah.
You straight? And then, you know, from there though, it's still up to you.
Yeah. For sure.
Like I said, Megan to me has been very strong throughout her career. The girl lost her grandmother, her mama within like a year or so time frame. To me, that's just already, I'm ready to pass out. But you know, it's just too much for me personally. So I take my hat off to her for her strength to continue to go through, especially like when she got to perform with Beyonce. Like she did the behind the scenes of talking about how Beyonce, her mama really liked Beyonce. Used to tell her, you gonna be, you know, perform with her one day. And for that to actually come to fruition, like just did something to me. So I love the song. So it just felt heavy because like you said, it was the depression. It was the stuff she had gone through that just really made me be like, damn, I hate that for her. Like, because like you said, a lot of people would literally kill to be her. But we don't know her struggles in that position. So that's, yeah. But speaking of another
but hold on, I would like to add to that though. At the end of the day, it is definitely your responsibility for yourself to seek whatever help you need to seek. It is not one of those things, you know, and it used to be one of them, you know, everybody's like, oh, when you see somebody and they're going through depression, this is what depression looks like. We have to do better. At the end of the day, we have to stop making it seem like it's something bad to seek help when you need help.
Yeah.
That's the only thing your community can really do. But it's still up to you to seek the help you need. Because at the end of the day, if somebody is hell-bent on suicide, you really can't stop that.
That's true.
You cannot stop it. If somebody is hell-bent on that, and we have to stop putting the onus on the people around that person to have, because what can you do? You can, put a gun to your head and force you to go and get the help you need? I can't do that. So it's still up to you to recognize I'm not in a good place. I'm swirling in darkness right now. I need to go get help.
Yeah.
And putting these songs out all fine and well. Please, I hope she goes and gets the help she needs. Grief counseling, counseling for depression. Go do what you got to do.
A life coach even. I know because some people have, but I found this other group on Twitter where girls like, I don't even like to talk about counseling or therapy, but she found a life group or life coach, and then they do life groups together, and that's been working for her. So anything you can do to just get another resource.
Just wanted to add that though, because that's very important. My kid goes to school where a young guy about a few weeks ago jumped off the parking structure, and I was like, oh God. I know that can be real heavy for students and stuff like that, but you have to do your part to see. They have counseling services on campus. They may not be the best, but it's a start until maybe you can get to a professional. Yeah. You have to do what you got to do to save your own life. At the end of the day, we are responsible for our own ship sinking or sailing.
Yeah, that's true.
And speaking of somebody else up there, another well-known person, it came out this week about all the news surrounding Keke Palmer and her baby daddy. Whew, pissed me off so bad because we had already talked about him or their situation when he made that post that time on Twitter. We talked about that. So, and just seeing the stuff come out about her this week just kind of made me go, because that was an aha moment when he did that. Because, you know, we were talking about how everybody was saying something except for her. Because she probably knew, I got to go back to this man. And ain't no telling what the gonna happen.
But she didn't go right back to him. I think she kind of went and was doing her own.
Yeah, she was on a little
while.
tour thing for a while, but she was with him still because after a few weeks after that,
they popped back out.
I was gonna say they did a video for his birthday or something. So that was just
silly me. I assumed that it was a breakup or a separation that occurred after that, and then she ended up going back to him. So I could be wrong. Of course, I'm not in this situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever the case, like I'm definitely with all the cousins. When y'all see him, jump his ass.
Okay.
But y'all want to know what's the trippity trip? Reading a little bit further, and the mom, Keke mom, like I said, she made a video too. I did not know that Dre from Insecure was this dude's brother.
Sure is.
And they said they accused him.
The light skin one that was with Molly. They
accused him of being the same way once upon a time. I don't know. I think he was trying to be like I'm not like, well, he said he never put his hand, because he made a statement too. He's like, I ain't never, put my hands on a woman, da 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 da. But apparently his baby mother, which was old girl.
Tasha.
Yeah, the old girl that, what's his name, was messing.
Lawrence was messing with.
Yeah, well, not cheating, but yeah. That's his baby mother in real life, and the way she was like, I know my platform isn't as big as some, but maybe, if I'm at that point in my career, I'll be heard better or something like that. I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm having that Mr. Krabs swirly moment.
Right.
These niggas is just a family of women beaters.
Okay.
What's going on? But
wow. Yeah, because he made a post and deleted it. The brother did something about this. I'm appalled, and something about abuse, and this is the most abusive person that I know. I'm like, who he talking about? Because I'm glad he went ahead and deleted it.
Girl, but it's just all of that is just crazy, because like I said, you see these women, they're in these powerful, girl power, black woman power. They in this element, and then it's like you start like, but y'all got access to resources and stuff like that, and y'all in some of the same situations, and it's just like, man.
But they're not above. I mean, no amount of money, have you above those type of
I mean, I get like somebody putting their hands on you that one time. But like I said, before we start talking about, you ain't got nobody in the streets to beat this nigga ass. Somebody beat his ass.
Yeah.
Pay the homies, the essays, throw some dollars at somebody. Don't kill him. Just whoop his ass. But at the end of the day, though, even if you don't do that, the fact that you're not staying away from them, that's the thing. Them videos was from 2022. You popping out, you still dealing with this dude in 2023. The level of, I'm surprised her mom ain't putting no money on this.
That's what I'm saying, but
the level of, I will beat his ass and put him in a hole. You put your hands on my kid.
I know, but it's so many people that deals with those type of things. Not only with physical abuse, but mental abuse, emotional abuse. A lot of women, a lot of men deal with those things. They go through these things privately. Yeah. Nobody ever knows about it. So I mean, it's crazy that people actually deal with it. I don't know. And you look at Keke, you like, she's powerful, she's strong. Yeah. She wouldn't deal with none like.
Did y'all see what Essence had said? They put out a big long post just kind of feeding into her, talking about because I think she had just did a shoot with them, and so they put out a post, I think on Instagram and Twitter. I didn't pull it up, but they were just feeding in her, talking about how much of a light she is, how amazing she is. And I was like, that's so needed, especially with her coming out with that news around the same time. I was like, it was just a lot.
And then sometimes you never know. You got to check, like I said, again, that goes back to checking the people that you are around, that you let be around you. Because when you are light, you attract a lot of dark spirits.
Yes, you're right. Definitely.
And honey, that's it. Putting your hands on me, you're going to turn me into a dark spirit.
Light out. Right. I just flip the switch.
Lights on, mask on, creep silent, your lights gone. We done left your block quiet, girl.
Ooh. Getting your ass back, bitch. Okay. All right, so now we're going to skip on over into our Diving Deep segment where we actually get into our main topics for the episode. And so, being a podcast ourselves, I saw online where recently fellow podcast has dismantled. B. Simone and Megan. I don't let me mess up the name of their podcast, but it was a really great one. But prior to dissolving their podcast, it was said that they tried going to friendship therapy. So I wanted to know what y'all felt about that. Is it something that you would do? And just give me your thoughts on friendship. Well, I think the question that was posed on Twitter specifically, the lady is this something that you would do? And shit, I don't forgot now. Y'all go ahead and answer that one while I look for the other questions.
I mean, if somebody asked me, but it's like it has to have come like on the heels of like what is the reason? Have we discussed it on our own? And just can't find like resolutions? Is it that we're just feeling like we're not gelling right now? And if that's the case, y'all know me. I'm all about alignment, and I feel like alignments do change. Yeah. As long as we can respect where each other is, you know what I'm saying? I can respect if you're not vibing with me right now. And, once that doesn't mean alignments don't cross again.
Yeah. That's kind of along the same line that I was going to go with my response. Because I'm like, what would be the reason for let me just start by saying, first of all, I'm not against therapy, period, in any capacity. Mm-hmm. However, what would be the reason for the friendship therapy? Like, what happened?
And I remember the second part of that question was, if you would go to therapy for your relationship, why not a friendship?
Right. That was I'm not against therapy in any capacity. Mm-hmm. So it kind of depends on did something happen that we need just a mediator or somebody to talk to us about it or whatever. But like Nette said, some friendships, some relationships, have to separate. They're not meant to be there forever. True. There are seasons and reasons. So it just kind of depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the reason. It depends on what happened.
A lot of factors.
It's a lot. I don't have enough information
for them specifically, but I
don't know them. I know this Simone.
I spill a little tea. All right, because it just made me think about something. I remember when back, we met in 2004. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
a while ago.
We met in 2004 as co-workers, and I was there for a good hot year. And I kind of moved on, so to speak, or I was moved on, or however you want.
I moved along.
Either way it goes, the pastures got a little bit greener from our situation. That kind of
brought y'all together.
So in that time frame, though, just thinking back on our friendship, it's like. It's a trip because I brought this up to her before and she acted like she just does not remember that. There was a period where me and Tawana, we were not talking. We did not talk. See, that's what I'm saying. She like, honey, I ended up being in my emails. That's what triggered the memory. Old email, because that's back before you was text, because you had to pay. You had to pay for them text messages. And I didn't no longer have my AT&T wireless phone because they take that from you when you go to bring the pasture.
Give me that discount.
Right. Girl, discount, it was free.
It was free, baby.
Yes.
No kid was free.
It was free. So, girl, I had the powder blue, baby. I loved it. Anyway, though, but, the emails trigger. I said, damn, this really did happen for a while. It wasn't long, but for a little while we wasn't talking because I remember.
But nothing had happened.
No, I made a joke or something. And of course, you know how communication is over the internet, email, text.
Tawana, I don't know about this.
I made a joke and Tawana popped off.
No.
Yes. Just kind of was I could have seen her little fingers at her
on that laptop.
And I was like, well, that's a little bit much. But this thing gonna go down. Wait a minute. Because I was like, and I remember one of the things that used to bug me was, I think we was talking about old friendships. I think it was something like that. And I was like, well, maybe it was something about, why your friendships aren't as close as they used to be. And at that time, honey, she wasn't seeing that. There's no change. I've been friends with the same friends that I've been friends with. We're still good. I ain't never lost a friend. She always say that. I ain't never lost a friend. And when I tell you, I was like, thinking to myself, like, yeah, this girl, I've been here since I left or whatever. I've been here, I was like, you ain't never been to my home. I'm finna move from a whole nother apartment. You ain't never been to my home. I done had a baby. You ain't seen the child. Like, this baby finna be walking. Like, I was like,
it's been a minute.
So, and I was just thinking, like, looking at that email, though, it really showed the level of growth. Definitely for me, like, I'm not in her. I can't be subjective to the growth, but that's why I say alignment. Because even though we weren't talking for a little bit, we did slowly get back to, reaching out, And it was like over time, I realized that's why I say the alignment matters. Because she's been through some things now that she's like, oh, it's like a pie in the face.
Yeah.
Like, now, can you see some of the stuff I was talking about from back then? And how things have changed?
I still don't know what that stuff was.
She gonna look up on Facebook.
But I'm just saying, like, it was not Facebook. It was work emails. You was at work, and I was emailing, like, because that's how we were keeping in contact. Like, it was all emails, because wasn't nobody sending text messages like that, girl.
Yeah.
Shit, you had to pay for them text messages. They was not unlimited. That old 4, 05, 06. Because I had my last child in 06.
Man.
And I was like, but that took that was a lot of growth. Whereas like once upon a time, I was like, fuck you, fuck everything. I ain't nothing, don't talk to me. Like, that was my attitude, like when I pissed off with a person. But then it was just like, you know what? She see things the way she see things, and that's okay. Yeah. And that's why I say if we're not gelling right now, because hell, we've been locked in 20 some odd years now. Yeah. Going on 20 years. Been locked in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Really one of my closest friends. Yeah. But it was just like once upon a time. And that's why I say, like, it just depends. Like, if you try to address situations with a person, and it's like they still not friendship therapy, we can try it,
but it might not.
And it might end up.
And that's what my reply was on the actual post on Twitter. He said, I've been open about it. I've recently lost a friend. Last year, lost a friend or a person I would consider a friend, and so I'm still going through the ebbs and flows of that. And when I saw this question, I was like, I would have liked to have gone to friendship therapy with that person, but that was an avoidant person. I like to communicate, they do not.
But let me
so
ask
therapy
you this.
would not have worked
just
with
let
us.
me throw this at here. But if she would have went, even still thinking what she think, was your purpose, or would you say your point in going to therapy would have been kind of like you want somebody to validate?
I want to figure out where I fucked up at. Because that's what I was asking everybody. I was like, where did I fuck? Because that's all to me, I did what I could do in this situation. I asked the questions I needed to ask. I tried to present myself as open to further the conversation, but they shut it down. And so that's why I said to me, I would have been open to going, because I said apparently there's a disconnect of what I'm trying to say is not coming off, or what she's trying to say is not coming off. Just tell me where I'm wrong. That's why I would like to go. Because like I said, I like to communicate. I'm like you on that point. Bring it to my door so we can try to work it out, or we can just say deuce. But they're an avoidant type. Where if they don't feel it, okay, I'll do it this way, but I ain't doing it that way, or I don't want to talk about it right now, but really don't want to talk about it at all type thing. So it's that
made me think about Carisha and JT. JT was like, I like to talk about stuff. Yeah. But Carisha just be like, you hungry?
Trying to get past and talk about something
else. Hungry? You want to go get something to eat?
That would be them.
Like, we don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just let time pass.
Right. And see, I had done that previously, so that wouldn't work. But I would be open to friendship therapy, because like I was saying on the post again, my friends, I consider my friends my family. So if we're having a problem, especially if I don't know about it, let me know. And then if it's something that we can't work out, the friendship would be important enough. Well, I would say every friendship, I have to this day would be important enough to say hey baby, if we missing each other's point, if we need somebody to figure us out, I'm down for that. Because those are the people, like somebody said on the post, I would go to relationship there with my man, so why not my friend? Because those relationships are just as important to me. So I would definitely be open for it. But yeah.
But that nigga there wouldn't have said, she wouldn't have went to relationship therapy with me.
Not back then, baby. She was keyboard fingers.
Sure was.
Facebook fingers.
I tell anybody that know me now,
that know me now,
that didn't know me then.
You lucky.
Yeah, I used to be a whole thug in these streets.
Okay.
I
don't know what I said.
Definitely.
That set off when I ended up getting back to a computer and checked that.
Definitely a lot of growth.
Well, since we going there, because that's really, I was definitely let me match this energy, because I don't know where this all's coming from, but we finna talk about it.
Get mine
I had a very foul mouth, and
you wasn't even foul mouth.
I mean,
it was just
I just remember
like you just
speech.
unloaded so much, and I was like, what I said really didn't call for all of that. Like, why are you mad at me?
Yeah,
get mad at them other bitches. Who hurt you?
I was a whole thug out in these streets.
But speaking of friendship, that brings us over to our next little topic of how do you communicate. And again, I'm on Twitter.
With my goddamn chest.
Okay, say it with your chest.
But toes down.
But we have some different styles of communicating.
Stand on business.
Where the folks was breaking it down for us. Of being passive aggressive, or assertive. And she was just kind of giving us different actions and looks and what it all looks like. But that conversation also was one of the ones that came after I saw the one about the podcast, the girls at the podcast. Well, just understanding different styles of communication. So what do y'all think? How do you communicate? And
I think everybody communicates probably a little bit of everything, but I guess you could say my main, I would like to think it's more assertive, but I think it can come off as aggressive. Just keeping it a bean with myself. I accept it. It is what it is. But, every now and again, now passive, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not really passive, but I can be passive aggressive if the other way didn't work.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, okay, then, I tried to say it with my mouth. You didn't hear me.
Now let me turn it
up. So let me show you. Let me show you.
I'm definitely assertive, but my I always say there's a way to do and say everything. So I'm assertive, but I always choose my words carefully.
Okay.
And wisely, but I'm definitely assertive for what I say.
Gotcha. I put myself somewhere between passive aggressive and assertive. Depending on the day you catch me, babe. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm very straightforward with how I feel about stuff, with what I got going on. I don't mind letting you know. But certain people, I have tendency. I noticed the other day after I was reading this little list. I'm like, I can be a little passive aggressive sometimes.
But let me ask this though. Now, how would y'all? Let's take it person for person. How would y'all, like, of course, we have our own, how we see ourselves. How would y'all see, like, my communication style?
Aggressive, passive aggressive. When Mary said passive aggressive, I'm like, I can see that. Aggressive, that's just your nature is kind of raw.
Wow,
it's kind of
there,
yeah.
It's kind of
It just comes. It just. I mean, I just be sitting here, man. I just be sitting here.
Yeah.
I just be sitting.
I could say I was gonna say passive aggressive for both of y'all.
That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Denies personal responsibility. Covert aggression. Covert aggression.
Sarcastic.
See, that's why I said Tawana. Tawana be sarcastic as hell.
I am sarcastic, but with my communication.
I don't feel like that's.
Definitely don't deny personal responsibility. I think I accept responsibility.
And I do too for the most part.
But I'm talking about me.
Agree,
I'm
so-
talking about me. How in the world do I fit? Now, sarcastic, I can pull sarcastic out my
Oh,
ass.
yeah.
But what in that list made you feel like I'm surprised just simply because I would never have thought anybody.
Well, you didn't say us. You got
No, I know, but I was just like, hold on, let me see what the hell is in the list.
Agrees to avoid discussion, then looks for ways to defect
on
the agreement. Oh no.
Like basically.
Oh no, we ain't gonna avoid this shit. We finna talk about it. So no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I was just like surprised because I just didn't
But
feel
what
like
you-
anybody
what
would put me in the passive aggressive category, and I was trying to see what in that you felt.
Yeah,
like.
I think it was the sarcastic that stood out to me, especially for Tawana.
Yeah, I am. I can admit to that.
Well, from my perspective, definitely passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because and it's just like from what I know from passive aggression, not even just the list that's here specifically.
Correct.
Like, Mary be one of them type of people I can pick up. Like, she having a problem with something, but she just not going to come out directly like, well, like, this is what it is, or this is how I'm feeling right away. Eventually, you get to
first.
exactly. You get to assertive.
Yeah.
But so I would give you passive aggressive assertive.
Mm-hmm.
I would give you passive aggressive, and then assertive. Like, I feel like that is the way you deal with stuff. At first, it's like, like it's steps or whatever. At first, it's like, it's not a problem. I don't, it doesn't bother me. But then after a while, you get that nigga some time. Because I realized that it's not even guilt. It's not the Lanier comes out. It's like, it's the processing, or I don't know if it's the processing or the way you want to be perceived. God is good. I'm blessed and highly favored. But let me, this situation happened. Am I tripping?
She got me plucked up.
You're right. Plucked. She, girl, use grown folks' words.
She got me plucked up.
Right. And then it's just like, well, now I think, and it's just like, oh, okay. And
I like the build-up method.
That's how I feel like. I feel like it's a build-up.
Now, sometimes when something happens, sometimes it does take me sleeping on something. And I wake up like,
see, that mean.
Oh, that did happen. So when I sleep on something or I think on something, yeah, you're right. I can't come back and like, okay, that happened. I feel this way. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I like the build up because I think that's why I gave y'all passive aggressive. Because I will see y'all as passive aggressive first and then assertive for both of y'all.
Because it don't always hit you at once, at one time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes you thinking on or sleeping on it or sleeping on something.
And then personally, that's why I said I feel like I'd be more aggressive, assertive, and the only reason why I say passive aggressive, that's more so in my romantic relationship because I have to live with this person. So it's like I love y'all, but I don't care enough to change y'all's minds about things that are going on. So like in my household. Your household is your household, your household is your household. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I'm gonna ask the question. Not even to be in your business, because if it's like something that I'm kind of like, why would she do that, or why is she thinking that this is an action she needs to take? I'm gonna ask you questions. So then when you answer them, it's like, now are you hearing what you're saying? Because especially if it's something, and I feel like I have to be passive aggressive, especially like with friendships.
Gotcha.
But in my house, I'm knocking down the china, and the rah, rah, rah. And the poor children just be like.
So that made me think about something. What you saying there? So, okay, there was a situation with Tyrese's ex-wife. She was saying that she made a video, an interview or something.
Yeah.
That if she knew what she knew now, she would never have gotten a divorce from Tyrese. So I want to know how much of your relationship, like with your friends, how much do your relationships influence your decisions?
In your
relationship.
With your man.
Yeah.
Your friendship relationships influence your man relationship. None for me. Like Nette just said, I take out, y'all know, the last 10, 11 years, babe, the girl been told me.
None for this.
The girl been The girls been told me to bounce. I did not. Okay. I go to my friends for advice, for opinions. But that don't mean I'm gonna go ahead and act on it. So that's why it really confused me when Tyrese's wife went on this rampage about my friends were in my ear. Why your friends or anybody got that much control over you to make you go back home and say, I'm finna divorce you because Sarah and Beth said you're no good? Fuck Sarah and Beth.
So why would you go to your friends for advice on how you should handle a situation?
Because I need another perspective. Because
even
for
if
me,
you're not gonna listen to it.
because I would take it in. I take in bits and pieces, I will say. But that don't mean I'm going to just go and act on exactly what they think I should do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the advice. I'm going to, like I said, I eat stuff. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to process it. That makes sense. That don't make sense. Not listening to that. I like that. I'm going to literally, I process it. But so I can be like, all right. Now, I like what they said, so next time I need a little advice, I'll go back over there. You know what I'm saying? So I might not just do exactly what you say, but I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? So my friends influence my relationship this much, okay? Because it's going to make me think, but they're not going to make me act on anything.
To that degree, to just go home and say, you know what, I'm leaving your ass. Because
that
my friend told me to.
That was
My friend told me to got to get a divorce. So she said, had she knew what she knew now, she wouldn't have got a divorce. I'm like,
that's what it wasn't you a big nut. You she looked older than me. Like, girl,
oh yeah, she a whole grown ass woman with no sense of self.
No, I was like, what type of?
And then
Go ahead, girl.
Because I'm not me either. Like, I'm just doing what I do. I don't even come to. I mean, when y'all think about it, for the most part, I don't really be like, well, what y'all think I should do? He did this, he did that. Like, I don't really come for advice. Now I might share a funny anecdote. Now I might share a little laughy laugh, but it's not like, oh, I'm finna come to y'all and I'm just so disturbed. I don't know what to do, cause I'm still do what I want to do.
Yeah,
you know, and I feel like that's the way everybody kind of is to some extent.
yeah.
And I would never even want to be a friend who influences somebody to do something against your household or marriage. Baby, that's between you, him, and God.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like you said, that's a decision that's a heavy decision. Yeah. And you have to make that decision for yourself. And, okay, say for instance, something is going on in your marriage. Mm-hmm. Okay, you decide, I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of on the fence. I want to walk. And then your friends say, well, maybe you should. Okay? Right. But then your ass decide, I want to stay. And now your friends looking like,
I thought you were going to leave.
Not even just that.
you done told everybody in your family, all your friends to business. They come around for Thanksgiving. And
that was me.
You come around and everybody looking like, he's still here?
We good?
So, you just don't.
With the groundhog and seeing the shadow. 12 more years of rain and winter.
Cold summer. Yes.
So some stuff you just, I'm not saying that you need to carry everything on your back that you're dealing with, because that's what you have your community for. We talk about that. But some stuff you don't need
But
to.
my thing too, like just even thinking about, if you have a solid relationship with the person that you're with, you should be able to talk to that person. Mm-hmm. Now, if it is a situation of abuse, then you better come to me, because your ass want to get the fuck away.
Okay.
Don't come.
No,
I'm going to say like this, and
yeah.
I hate to say it, but no, I don't hate to say it. Don't tell me somebody's doing something abusive to you, and if you know me as a person, I'm like, bitch, when we ride.
Okay. Ride it on.
All right. When we ride.
All I'm going to say is Vaseline in church.
Okay, baby.
You already know.
I'm just saying, but don't bring it to me and then it's like, but I don't know what I want to do. Fuck you mean. Then why is we talking about it? You gonna sit there and let him pummel your head, or he talking to you crazy, making you feel less than? Then why is you telling me about it? Because those things require action.
Yeah,
that's
different.
That's the kind of community person I am. Yes. Don't come to me if you're not about that action.
Yeah.
However, he cheated on me, or you know, he won't get a job and things like that. Like, baby, y'all gotta talk about that.
Right.
Y'all gotta talk about that. Y'all gotta talk
Leave
about
me
that.
at it.
Not even just leave me out. Y'all gotta talk about that though, cause what I'm gonna do for you, I can tell you to leave, but I'm gonna tell you what you want to do.
Right.
How are you feeling?
That's
about
gonna be my thing. So what you think you're gonna do?
Right. How are you feeling about that? Like, was the cheating or no job? Is that a deal breaker?
I know, right?
Is it? If not, then how do you guys can go to counseling, you know, if you're not going to leave, because clearly you're not going to leave because you're asking me what should I do. That's evident, obvious if cheating or no job is a deal breaker.
Yes.
But if you're going to keep rolling, y'all can get counseling. I can offer that suggestion. Go to church, talk to your pastor.
Right. Get y'all a life coach.
Yes, get somebody to tell that man to get a motherfucking job. Like, how you gonna be out here cheating on me and you unemployed?
Yeah.
That
No.
don't even sit right. Those two things don't go together. Is she helping you pay a bill? Because I can overlook it a little bit.
If that's what's going on.
Right.
It comes.
Right. Is you slaying that?
Well, hey, that's the next episode. All right. We're going to wrap that one all up. This has been nice.
All right, it's been real. It's been another great episode of Surface Deep.
Bye.